bunch of wimps who didn't decide to show up and venture out in the cold day. My name is Skip Mounts, and I'm the Dean of the School of Business and Public Management at the college. 1 Million Cups is an educational program developed by the Kauffman Foundation of Kansas City. Its purpose is to encourage, support entrepreneurs, and to help create an entrepreneurial network and a community of supportive mentors. We will have 2 entrepreneurs today present, talk about businesses, challenges, problems. More importantly, they tell us their story. Every entrepreneur has a story to tell, and it's important that they tell them so we can hear them. Then we will take a break after the first one presents, and our goal is simple: to have creative people talk to other creative people in hopes that this conversation encourages others to follow their creativity to enhance the diversity and vibrancy of our local community. And as usual, I would never not do this, but our host, Susan Bates, is just absolutely super. If you could, I think that might be a new morning hat. I don't think I've ever seen that hat today.
This is Pine Box Dwellers hat.
Oh, okay.
This is a band that I have in here regularly that just got named to the Georgia Music Association as the best country band of 2018. They're pretty awesome.
Well, that's pretty good.
They're here regularly, Pine Box Dwellers. Check them out.
We only have these events in the classiest places. I'm a little bit disappointed we don't have a Christmas lights up yet.
Oh, yes, they are.
I'm just being mean today. I'm
I got
sorry.
Christmas balls up.
I'm sorry.
There's purple lights.
The purple is not a Christmas color, is
It's
it?
in here.
I'm just going to move on and be quiet.
It's a Tipsy Christmas.
Also, it is helpful if you would friend us on Facebook so we can like and follow you and have you like and follow us. That's the primary way we get the word out. Also have a pad on the bar if you want to get on my listserv and I can bother you with reminders. But do we have new folks here today? A few? A few who will not raise their hand. I have met them and they said they are new, so we'll just ignore them. Our first presenter is Cheston Broomell of Broomelli Boys Pizzeria. Yeah, there you go. I think it's on too.
Is it on?
It is on.
It's on.
It's on.
Good morning, everybody. I am Cheston Broomell. I am the owner and operator of Broommelli Boys Pizzeria here in Brunswick, Georgia. We are located at 760 Scranton Road, kind of on the outskirts of the mall. What a mall it is. Quick word about us. We are an old school pizza place with a new wave flair. We specialize in hand-tossed authentic pizza, calzones, fresh salads, subs, and wings. We pair that with a big craft beer and wine selection and serve that to you in an upbeat and friendly, fun environment. Opened 2006 by myself, my father, and my mother. So this past September, we just celebrated 12 years in business. So on to lucky number 13 we go. And I guess where we are in the business right now, kind of the stage in business, I guess, kind of at a maturity level, but I've always said if you're in the restaurant business, if you're not growing, you're dying, and very rapidly. So that being said, we're always looking for expansion, we're always looking for new growth, new customers, things like that. And most recently, in the last couple of years, that's taken the shape in a rebranding effort, or I guess a branding effort. We didn't have much of an image or much of a brand or anything like that. So it was redoing our logo, getting a new menu, and trying to get some kind of personality or image into the business. It was something my father had kind of been pushing me for years, saying, look, we need to have an image and you need to figure out what that is. And so eventually I went to a brand manager who I said I would not call her out in this meeting, Tammy back there from Type Bird Creative, who has an office right up in the WIC building here, took over and did a great job. She did the menus that you guys see on the table, as well as the logos that are on the various stickers I've hid inside there for you. And I'll get into that a little bit more later. I was asked to talk to you guys about why I did what I do, asked by Skip. And that's a horrible question to ask any entrepreneur or small business owner, why they did what they did. I don't know why I'm standing on stage at a bar at 9 o'clock in the morning. So I surely don't know why I did what I did. But no, in all seriousness, it's probably not much different than many small business owners, or at least kind of rooted in the same place, without taking you on kind of an odyssey through Cheston's young, hazy life. I was about 20 years old, living in Fernandina Beach, living with one of my buddies, a couple people surfing the couch. I was working at a local pizzeria and highly unsuccessfully going to college. I didn't like college. I didn't understand college. I had many jobs in many different industries up to that point. I didn't like any of them, but I was always told by everybody, you know, you work hard, you get this degree, and eventually you could have Bob's job in sales over there and his cubicle and his desk. And I thought, okay, well, and the goal always seemed, hey, you know, you'll get this 9 to 5 job Monday through Friday, you'll have this desk and this cubicle and all this. And I thought, you know, that sounds horrible. I have worked in a lot of jobs. I haven't liked any of them. And moreover, I have not liked the job that any of my bosses had or any of my coworkers had. I had never actually seen a job that I liked. I did know that I like to surf. I like to do my own thing. You know, anyone who knows me knows I like to be out in the water as much as possible. 9 to 5 doesn't help me do that whatsoever. I did know I liked the pizzeria I worked at. The guys I worked for, very invested in us as the employees. The relationship between the employees and the customers was far different than any other place I had experienced. They all seemed generally grateful. The bosses were grateful for the work we did, and I liked the culture, I liked the environment, and I liked the kind of community that they made. So all that was, you know, looked real nice, but the thing that looked the best is my bosses had a great lifestyle. One of them loved to surf, and if he didn't want to open the shop until noon that day because he was out surfing, that's what he would do. One of, you know, his brother was there with him, and he had a couple kids. If the kids were home from school, he took the day off to hang out with them. He wanted to get off early, pick his kids up from after school, take them fishing. That's what he did. So that all seemed really good to me. Flash forward a couple years, my dad and mom had moved up here from Fernandina. My dad was a photographer. He had come up here and he did not want to start the business all over again. Called me up one night and said, hey, you know, you said you wanted to open up a pizzeria. What would you think about doing it up here with me? And I thought, you know, I hate college, make my own schedule, work when I want to work, surf when I want to work. Yeah, I'm in, you know, like I'm in, let's go. So 6 months later, was standing in Brunswick, Georgia, in my own shop, 6 days a week, 14 hours a day, Sundays off just to do all the work that couldn't be done while customers were in the building. Not a lot of time for surf. But in all seriousness though, obviously that changed a lot over the last 12 years. It's gotten to the point now where we have managers that more run the day-to-day operation. My father is retired from the business, and I've taken over most of the back of the house work, and kind of made it into what I wanted. Actually, I made it into a 9 to 5 job working Monday through Friday in a cubicle. And I still don't ever get to surf, so, you know, there's that. But no, that's kind of, you know, if you were to ask me why I did what I did it because I didn't want to wait to do the things that I wanted to do. I was always told, work hard, you'll make a lot of money, you'll get a retirement, and you'll enjoy yourself then. And I thought, No, sorry, I'm not going to do that. I wanted to do my own thing, and I didn't really want anyone else to be able to tell me not to. So that's kind of in a nutshell why I did what I did. I was also asked to present a problem or a question that I'm having. And so I'm going to take that in a little bit different direction rather than going into the how do I get customers in the door, how do I keep employees, how do I market properly. I mentioned that I was supposed to be putting a little more of my personality into the business. One thing that's very important to me is doing the best I can for the environment. If you're in the restaurant business, you know that, especially with the volume of to-go orders, you have a massive footprint on the environment. This amount of single-use items that you're putting out into the garbage heap, and as I've said, I'm in the ocean a lot. Believe me when I say I pick out a lot of trash out of the oceans and waterways in this area. I decided that I wanted to try to lessen that impact in any way I could. So I've been trying to move to more recycled products or recyclable products, compostable to-go containers. And one of the things we moved to, as many people did, is paper straws. It's a real easy solution. Straws are something that are made to be used for about an hour and last forever. So it's only made sense, so I turned to paper straws, and somehow that is the most polarizing decision I've ever made in this business.
Amen to that.
Okay, so it's awful, yes. So my question to you guys is, this is something I want to do. In the market that we're in, do you feel like, other than, for my own feeling good about myself, do you feel like this is an idea that people are actually looking for in this market, moving to recyclable products, moving to paper straws and things like that? What is the group's opinion on this movement that we're seeing across the nation, but maybe is just starting to trickle into the area here?
Okay, great. We have a question put before the floor, but before we answer it, as a representative of the college and the dean of the business school, we do not have a major in cubicle management. We did away with that several years ago. Dr. Johnson, I want you to know, we don't have cubicle management. Okay, so
thank God.
That was another school you talked about.
All right.
Well, you and I could talk about this for a long time. But he is absolutely right. I get chewed out by customers who are so mad about a paper straw. Want to have another choice. I said, bring your own straw if you don't like it. I mean, I'm just trying to do my little bit. Well, then why do you have plastic cups? And I said, well, they're made out of recycled material. The cost difference, as you know, in these products is incredible. And just trying to hit a level where people are accepting of what you're doing is really, really tough. People are angry about paper straws. They don't last long enough in their drink. We've got wooden stirrers instead of those little small stirrers in small straws in drinks. You would thought that they would taken their dog out and shot them or something.
You really
I mean, it's really terrible. So I've thought about going back to plastic straws, but I don't want to. I feel better about what we're doing. I feel better about what we're doing having paper straws in here.
Right.
So I'm going to keep on doing it, but I'm with you, man. It's tough.
Yeah.
Or we could have customers that know how to drink without straws.
That you can't put your mouth
Hi.
Hello there.
How are you?
Wonderful yourself.
Good.
So I've actually, this has been a topic that I've been talking with my friends lately, because we've been to a few restaurants where actually they've completely done away with their straws. And when I first saw that, I didn't really, think much of it, and then I kind of thought, oh, well, this is a new thing that's happening. People are trying to be more eco-friendly. But I say do away with the straws, and then what you could maybe do, and this might take some more time to kind of play with it, but maybe if you could, like in your restaurant on the table, have like a cool little fact sheet that says, want to know why you don't have straws in your cup, or want to know why this isn't plastic? Did you know that this much amount of plastic is in the ocean, or this is what's hurting our environment right now. Because I think unless people see something, you know, that's in front of them, and they can relate, saying, oh, well, okay, well, this is a neat fact. I didn't realize there's much pollution in the water, and you know, I'm getting, you know, I'm making a point here by not utilizing plastic and being good to the environment. I saw that example at another restaurant out of town, so I thought I'd share.
I do like that idea.
Yeah.
I wonder if I'm poking the bear a little bit, but yeah.
All right, let's take it one step further. You can say straws available upon request.
Right.
And since you want to do your branding along with surfing, get a good shot of you out in the ocean holding up a whole bunch of trash.
Hey, that's a really
And
good
say,
idea, too.
can't do it all, but doing a little bit today. And we're happy to give them to you. Just if you have kids, if you love straws, you can make a joke of it, whatever. We'll be happy to give you one.
Yeah. Hey, your table right there had a couple great ideas. Thank you.
I'm actually thankful that my grandson left his Mickey Mouse sippy cup. I'm taking that to my restaurants now.
You could use those late night.
And nope.
I think the paper straws are new, and it's going to take a while for everybody to get used to them. I carry my own stainless steel straws that I bought at Cotton Army because it's something that I care about. But if people don't care about it, it's going to take a while. I would not quit with the paper straws. I think that there's going to be a transition. But I've been to restaurants before where they actually have stainless steel straws, and I don't think you need a straw either. But I did like the table topper idea. I think that looks fun.
You know anyone that I could get to design something like that for me? Or? Okay.
I was thinking maybe if you did like a mission statement to involve maybe the schools at elementary level, so that you maybe do a poster on environmental concerns that would support and educate the adults. I mean, I've always been environmentally aware, or tried to be as much as possible,
Sure.
but there's a lot of parents, obviously, that are not. And that would be one way of reaching out, because when I was a kid, it was environmentally awareness. And when we reach the children, we're actually reaching out to future generations. So to me, that would maybe be an awareness that would enlighten. And most kids are actually influential for their parents and grandparents too. So, I don't know. That might help.
No, that's another good one. I like that one too. Thank you.
I don't know how much of a logistical problem it would be, but it seems like stainless steel straws would be kind of a cool option.
They're horrible to wash.
Really? You can't stick them in the dishwasher.
Well, you want to wash inside of them.
Right. It actually, with the stainless steel straws, it's something that a lot of places are actually just, they're offering them for sale for, you know, say $1 or something nominal, so that you can be like Tammy and keep them in your purse everywhere you go. I'd actually talked to my father about that when it first started, trying to get his opinion on it. He's 70, so he has a much different opinion on things than I do. Whether, you know, hey, should we do this as an option? Should we just keep a small box of plastic straws for those guys that just have to have them? And his answer was actually even harsher. A couple expletives and expletive them, and that was, they're going to use paper straws or they're not going to use anything. And I was like, okay. Well, but yeah, the metal straws, I do feel like it's a good idea. You know, it's actually something I thought about, just getting, you know, a small case of them. It's like, you know, if you really want them, they're selling, they're $1, and see if you can remember to bring it back. You know, see if you like that any better.
And you can put your name and phone number on the side.
I could. Then they know who to hate every day.
Good point.
Early adopters are always arguing with it. Very good.
Is there another question? Well, good. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you.
You can see that on the bar at Broomelli Boys, and it is not paper. Thank you very much. Well, let's take about a 5-minute break. There is coffee over there. Thank you very much.